Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So,
Should I sit up if you...
I don't know. I'm just kind of just laid back. I'm
Okay.
just chilling right now.
I feel good like this, so okay.
All right, that works. So, what's going on, guys? Jacoborth back here with another video, Jacob's Life in Vegas, talking to you guys today about moving to Las Vegas from another state. And today we're going to be talking about Indiana. And the expert on all things Indiana is here with me.
I don't know about expert, but okay.
Miss Tanae Chantelle. So she's joining me today. I'm actually planning to do a lot of videos where I cover different states that people move here from. So a lot of my subscribers are in California, and then a lot here in Nevada, of course. But granted, people watching from all over the country and all over the world. So my goal is at some point, I don't know how long it's going to take me, to eventually interview people from every state in the country and then also from several other countries around the world. So we're going to start off with Indiana because Tanae is here. It wasn't my first choice of states. She was just offered to do it, or she took up my offer to do it. So let's get down to it. So you moved here from Gary, Indiana, right?
Gary, Indiana, yep.
Okay, so you left Gary, Indiana at 24 years old. Mm-hmm. And you were born and raised there your whole life?
Well, I was born in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
Then I moved to Gary, Indiana when I was about 6 or 7, but I've been there mostly all my life.
So most of your formative years were in Gary.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came, and let's say, why did you leave Gary? What made you want to leave Gary and come to Vegas?
One, there's not too much in Gary, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of job opportunities. I didn't finish school. Didn't really want to rack up any more debt. Mm-hmm. And I hate the snow. Last time I was there, I had to endure the worst blizzard ever, stuck in my house, couldn't drive anywhere. We were in a state of emergency, and I was like Googling, where does it not snow? And California was a little bit too expensive for me, so Las Vegas was
we don't,
number 2.
Yeah, we don't get snowed into our homes here in Vegas. That doesn't happen.
No snow.
Yeah, we might get a little snow down here once or twice a year. We definitely don't get snowed in.
I haven't seen it yet, so far so good.
Yeah, you definitely won't get that. So you're tired of the snow. Gary's a fairly small town.
Yeah.
And just didn't think like there's a lot of opportunity in Indiana or in Gary. So you were just looking to come out west for better weather, essentially.
For the most part, yeah. And I just wanted something different. I've been in Indiana all my life. I don't have any children, not married. So I'm like, I can go anywhere I want to go. So just figured, why not go to Vegas? And plus I had a family member here. And figured, why not? At least I'll know somebody.
Right. Okay. So you came and did you live with family, or did you get your own place when you came out here initially?
Tricky. So when I first came out here, I initially moved in with my cousin, and I stayed with my cousin for about a month, but we kind of bumped heads a little bit. So for 4 weeks, I was homeless. I was sleeping in my car. I was sleeping with a coworker, kind of sleeping on her couch and stuff like that. And then I got my first apartment October 13th, 2016. So I moved here August 1st. I didn't get into my first place or my own place until October 13th.
Mm-hmm. So even the time you were sleeping in your car, you still would have rather obviously been here than go back to Indiana.
No, don't get me wrong. I called my mom a few times like, Mom, I can't do this. Should I move back? Should I just come back home? But for the most part, I was just like, if I come back home, and she even said, if you come back home, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, I'll just stay here.
Okay. So did you have a job lined up before you got here?
Nope. I moved here, and my second day here, I got a job. I was just on a mission. I was like, I got to start working. I want to make some money, So my second day here, I went to the fashion show mall, and my first job was at Forever 21.
Oh, just doing retail work?
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to get a job over there doing retail?
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to get a job anywhere here, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
I get some who think the contrary, but
Yeah, a lot of people think different, but from my experience and learning from other people, if you don't have a job here, it's mostly because you don't want to work, not because you can't work.
Yeah, there's plenty of people here who work multiple jobs, and they just a lot of people here definitely, because it's a big, a lot of people here work a job where they've got to earn tip money, so people are definitely hustle here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who come, they work one job where they got to hustle for tips, or 2 jobs, and they just, grind away. So I think jobs are plentiful here.
At one point I had 3 jobs, so it's it's very possible.
So what were the 3 jobs you had at that point?
I worked at Forever 21. Okay. That was my, at first it was my full-time job. Then I went part-time there. and I started working at the M Resort.
Okay.
So I was doing that full time and then part time at Forever 21. Then I started working at Cracker Barrel as a server. So I was doing all three. Then eventually I left the M Resort, and then eventually I left Forever 21. I just did Cracker Barrel by itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you stay at Cracker Barrel? You moved on from there?
I stayed there for almost a year, and then I moved on to the bar position I'm at now. I work at a sports bar.
Okay. Then what about when you worked at the Cromwell?
Oh yeah, I do work at the Cromwell too. I don't never talk about that because I only worked there for like 3 weeks. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, so you've been there a year and a half, and you're on your 5th job.
I'm on like my 7th job. Kinda.
7th job in a year and a half.
Yeah.
But would you say all 7 are fairly easy to get?
Yeah, very easy to get. Even when I worked at the Cromwell with the union job, it wasn't hard for me. Once you get into Vegas, you get to know people, you get to talk to people. So word of mouth really helped me with like everything. So like I'm a person where I'm an introvert, don't get me wrong, but it's not hard for me to like go and talk to people.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'll go ask people like, oh, your hair is cute, where did you get your nails done, or where did you get your hair done? So that's how I started getting my hair and nails done. Or where did you get that purse from? So I learned how to go shopping, and then I'll overhear people say like, oh, like I hate my job, and I'm like, well, where do you work at? So you know, like
Yeah. So you get here and you get to know some people. It helps out.
yeah.
Yeah. Almost like I've been saying for a long time now on this channel. Right. You get here, you get in somewhere, and then from there you can meet other people and go somewhere else.
Once you get in one place, like I feel like you're good. Because once I got the M, that's where I found like my friends that I still talk to this day. Like we're very, very close friends. So
yeah, especially in the hospitality industry, tourism, hospitality, nightlife. Because a lot of them, you know, they get off work at their job and they go hang out at another place, grab dinner, grab drinks.
Yep.
Might go to a club somewhere else, and you get to know people at other spots.
Exactly.
And you know, you can ask them, hey, are they hiring over there? They might tell you like, hey, you know, such and such person's got in trouble. They're probably going to get rid of them. You might want to come down and talk to the manager.
Really, and people are like, they're not so, what's the word I'm trying to say? They don't withhold information. Like if you ask someone like, where do you work at or who's hiring, like people are pretty open. They'll tell you like, this place is hiring, this place is hiring. So it's not hard at all.
Yeah, the locals aren't trying to like keep secrets from everybody.
Yeah, like it's not like that. Like I thought it would be, because that's how it is back home. Like people don't like sharing information, but here, for my experience, it hasn't been like that. So if you ask, you know, the worst thing somebody could tell you is no. So
right. Yeah. So you think jobs are pretty easy to come by? So as you've had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Since you've been here.
A lot.
When you came here, did you have a certain amount of money saved up when you came here? Or you just hop in the car, you and your mom drove across country, and that was pretty much it?
When I came out here, I want to say, matter of fact, I visited here for my birthday. My birthday was April 19th. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to move here. So from April to August, I got a part-time job, and I just started saving all of that money. And that's what I came here. I came here with a little over $2,000. I want to say about $2,500.
Okay.
But with all of that, that was like my gas money. That was like on the road, like food money and my car note money. So yeah, I knew when I came out here, like that money was only going to last me for so long. I had to come out here and start hustling and get a job so I can keep, you know, paying my bills.
So how about finding a place to live? Did you think that was a challenge? Do you think that was pretty straightforward?
That was pretty easy too. Only because even though like I like to say to myself, I like to venture out a lot, like just in my car, like I like to go and look at different places. So me just driving around, I would just say, okay, this is a nice place. Let me look at apartments here, homes here, and I'm good on my phone. Google is your best friend. I tell people all the time, Google is your best friend. Like, just go on Google and look for apartments near me. Apartments.com helped me look at like the inside of the buildings. So what I would do, like I would drive past an apartment and then I would write down like the name of it, and I would go home and then I would say, okay, like this looks like I want to stay here. I would go to apartments.com, look on the inside of it, like look at the pictures they had of it, look at the rent, and I'd be like, okay, on this day or my off day, I'm gonna go check it out in person. So it wasn't hard.
Okay. So I mean, you think for the most part, even though you had to come across the country, the transition, you know, finding a place to live, getting a job, you know, was fairly straightforward. You've obviously said you found people to be pretty open, pretty friendly. more friendly than the small town back home.
Yeah, I feel like you put out what you want to get back. So like, I'm a very friendly person, so people are usually friendly back. I smile a lot, people smile back, you know. So if you're an asshole, people are going to be asshole back to you. So don't be a jerk. Like, if you just want information, be nice about it, be kind, you know. It'll work out for you.
Yeah. So far so good in Las Vegas.
So far so good.
No plans to leave anytime soon, or
no time soon. I will say, like, I don't know how long I'm going to stay in Vegas, but that's only because I just have like this traveling spirit in me that wants to like explore the world. But I think for the most part, I'm going to call Las Vegas home for a while, and I may just visit other places and just come back.
Yeah. No, that's a good place to call home.
Yeah. The weather's good. The cost of living is pretty cheap. It's not bad at all. I like it here.
Yeah. That's why I told you. That's why I share with the whole world. I tell them I'm kind of ruining the secret, though, for everybody.
He helped me. Like, when I was Googling and looking to move to Vegas, nobody was talking about it. Nobody was like really on YouTube. He was, you know. And then like the articles that I found on Google were like from like 2007. So like it wasn't that useful.
Yeah, trying to find somebody within the last decade who's talking about living here.
Yeah, so like he helps. Like, he's very helpful. So if you guys say that you can't find information and he's not good enough, then I feel like what you looking for just probably isn't out there. Like, I don't know. Like, because you really do. Like,
well,
you really,
thank you.
You put a lot of information out there. So, like, if you still aren't looking, or you can't find what you're looking for, then I don't think it can be found.
That's taken a while, but yeah, I put a lot of information and I don't know how many people. I get people who comment on here and that have watched me for a while, and some I meet around town. And some people never comment; they just move here, like, "Oh, I watch your videos." I don't know who they are, obviously, but they know who I am.
Yeah.
So that's all good.
He's like the face of Las Vegas.
Yeah, just about. It seems like. So okay. Was there anything else you want to talk about moving from Indiana to Vegas? Like, you know, any kind of culture shock when you came here, or?
Not really. It's very diverse. It's like so many different people are out here. You have like so many different cultures, I guess you could say. Like, nobody that lives in Vegas is from Vegas, that at least that I've met. Like, everybody is from somewhere else, even if it's just from California. Like, I've met tons of people, and only like a handful of them are born and raised here. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people are not from here, so you get to meet a lot of people from different places. A lot of people are friendly. I've met a few, you know, people that aren't, but it's like, you know, it's no big deal. It's a lot of things to do out here. If you say you're bored, it's just because you want to be bored, like me. Like, I guess I choose to be bored. Yeah, it's a cool place to live.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. Well, someone else here vouching for how awesome Vegas is. So
if you move, just budget and save and plan. That's all I say. Like, save some money and plan. But he has tons of advice, so it shouldn't be hard.
Cool. Yeah, and now you got some of Tanae's advice, right?
Yeah.
So, and Tanae's got some videos on her channel too about her experience moving here and living here and all that. So maybe you guys can check out her channel down below. I'll put a link over there. You guys can go watch her. So thank you, Tanae.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So that's the first video of what it's like to move here to Las Vegas from different states. And we have others in the future, but that is it for this time. I'm Jacob. This was My Life in Vegas.